Well, hello YouTube. Back again. I've got all the hardware off and I've got all the doors off, and I put that stuff on there about 3:30 this afternoon, and it's now 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and start scraping this stuff. It's all bubbled up pretty good. There's some places that I didn't get it on as thick as I would have liked to, but I always put more on later after I scrape. So, and I've got it all on the sides here, and up here on the top I've got all stripper on there. So I guess without further ado, I'll go ahead and get to scraping on this thing. I'll shut the camera off here and I'll try to mount it on a tripod, and well, if you're bored enough to want to watch me scrape furniture, you're welcome to do it. Alright, well, let me grab a scraper and go to it here. Let's see. Boy, it's coming off. I'm gonna need to put another coat on this, but it's taking it off pretty good this first time here. It's got two shims for those two hinges that didn't match up with the originals. They have two shims stuck on here. I want to try to leave on there. I've got I messaged my sister-in-law and told her that they make reproduction hinges that look more like the originals, if she'd like me to put those on. I haven't heard back from her yet, because I just did that about 15 minutes ago, and like I say, it's almost 1 in the morning, so I don't expect to hear back from her for a while. I also discovered, quite by accident, that when I get it down close to the first layer of paint, if I can get it to where the wood is showing in some places, that I can take plain old lacquer thinner, even though this is latex paint. I believe it was lacquered originally and they painted over the lacquer with the latex paint, but I can take lacquer thinner and put it on here, and it'll take more of that off and leave it looking pretty decent. Now, I'm going to go tomorrow, well, actually today, but it'll be tomorrow after I sleep. And I'm going to pick up some more hardware for me. Get a little wire wheel for my Dremel and stuff like that. And we'll take and use that on here. This is all pretty much down to the bare wood down here, but I wanted to put a little bit more stripper on just to, and it is taking the rest of it down to the bare wood. But I'll pick up like a little brass wire wheel and stuff like that to get down in the, get down in the joints and stuff. Like here and in the corners and stuff like that, like on the doors, and where I can get all the paint off real good. I'm sorry if I get out of the camera's range here, but I don't feel like turning it every time I want to take and do a little bit of this. Now that's nothing to worry about. All that was dropping down was a homemade shelf they put inside of it that goes where the old I can't ever think of what I wanted to say. The flour sifter bin. They don't have that old tin flour sifter bin, so they built and put shelves in there where it would have went. Now I've also seen bins on eBay for Hoosier cabinets, and I'll message her again and tell her about those and see if she wants me to get one of those, or see if she wants to put a bid in for one. They're kind of expensive, the ones I've seen. So she might want to just stay with the shelf here. I know at one time she said she'd like to get the sifter for it, but like I say, I don't know what she's wanting to spend on this. And if it was me, I just leave a shelf in there. I might would put if I could get it at the right price, yeah, I'd get a sifter for it, but just to make it look original. But like I say, it's not my cabinet, and I'm not going to do anything they don't want me to do to it. I'm going to clean this scraper off just a little bit. And here in a moment, I want to put on at least one glove. I want to do that right now. I finally broke down, I found me a supplier that has double extra large nitrile gloves. So I can finally do like all my radio friends and have me some of these blue rubber nitrile gloves to wear. I don't get the mess all over me. If I need to hold a spot or something like that, now we'll come across the top side here. For the initial scraping, I think it's going pretty well. There's some kind of hardware there that I've not seen before. It looks like that's the original label for it. I know some of them came with a metal label that said Hoosier Cabinet on it or something. Seller's Hoosier Cabinet or something like that. And that looks like that might be what that is. Now I won't swear to it, but it's kindly looking that way. Maybe I better put rubber gloves on both of these hands. I've already got some of this mess on one finger here. Wipe it off. I'm not really worried about citrus strip burning me. I mean, I've had it on my hands for the last couple of days, off and on. But why take a chance? Alright, let me pop this glove here on. Got a box of 200 of them for 10 bucks on Amazon. I didn't think that was a bad deal at all. I want to have to come around here to be able to move around this tripod. That's looking a bit better. Perhaps if I'd have left it on all night or put a thicker layer of it on, it would have got all of it down like it did on those door fronts, but what can I say? Yeah, I believe that is the original old thing there, old label for it. I will take that off because there's nothing on the label anymore. Since it's had a stripper on it, there's nothing on the label. We'll have to find a way to peel that up. It's starting to come up now, I think. It might be nailed on, I don't know. Kind of feels like it is. I'll show you what I'm talking about here right before I get done here. Yeah, I say this is going to require 2 coats of stripper. So it got a lot of it off. I'll show you the results here after I get done scraping, but right now I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off. Well, I've been scraping on this side here, and it's taken the first 2 coats of paint off and part of the 3rd coat of paint off, and the least little bit of the 4th coat of paint off. Now I'm not going to fight with it over this. I'm just going to let it get off what it wants to take. And then I will put another coat on. I didn't get it on very thick at all up here. Very little is coming off. Barely getting the top 2 coats off up here at the top. Of course, it could be my scraper too. Gummed up so much with this stuff and it's hard to clean it off. But I don't think that's it, because I'm applying plenty of pressure. Damn old bugs. Pardon my language. We'll soon have as much of the cabinet done as, for right now, as what I can do tonight, other than applying more stripper to it. I'll shut this off again and keep going. Alright, here, let me zoom in just a little bit there. Go get me another pair of gloves. Put them on. And I've got all of the cabinet scraped as well as I can scrape it for the moment. So I'm going to start on these doors now and get what I can get on them. I have to go gently with these doors because they've got those glass inserts, and I sure don't want to mess those up. Looks like it's acid etched glass of some kind. I sure can't afford to tear these up. Now I gotta find, use this one over here. It's got less gunk on it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move a couple of these doors out of the way. Maybe just set them back over here on this. Won't hurt nothing on it sitting on that. It's had all the shit scraped off of it. Alright, let's see what becomes of this now. Well, it's going down to the first couple of layers there. In a couple of places it's going down to the bare wood. And probably if I used a better knife it would go even better. Let's try this one here. Well, it's doing a little bit better, but not much. I didn't get it on thick enough, I don't guess. I'm sorry if you happen to look at my back. Trying to be as gentle with this stuff as I can, but what can you do, you know? I'd like to at least get the first two coats of paint off anyway. The two white coats off, and we can worry about the green coat and the last white coat later. Right. Nasty looking mess, isn't it? Let's see if I can't just scrape up the edge here. Okay. Scrape along the bottom edge here. Oh, maybe it's the top edge, I don't know. Not real sure. We'll figure that out when we go to put the doggone thing back. Okay, this is the bottom edge. I know because it's got the, this is the one that covered the, oh, the one with the funny hinges on it that didn't match up with the rest of them. And it faces to the right, so this is the bottom edge. I don't know if I'm in camera or not, but this is a bit dry. These faces. but it's coming off pretty good. It's going to be a long job, this. Well, I'm not making a video every time I come out here because there's just no point in it. You'd just be watching me scrape and scrape some more. Now I'm just lightly going over this so I don't get the glass too hard. I'll come by later and scrape this a different way. I'll use a Scotch-Brite on it or something, I don't know. I just want to see how one of them comes out here. Kindly. And yes, you do hear me hitting the glass once in a while, but that's okay because the glass has got paint on it too, and it's going to have to be scraped as well to a certain degree. I might end up scraping it with a Scotch-Brite pad, but bring this up here so I can go across the top edge of it now. Apparently on the edges I got plenty on there. It's coming down to the bare wood. On the back edge here now. It looks like I've got it at least down to the green, which is the green is the third coat, so. And that's all I'm going to show for now. I want to go ahead and strip the other two doors down as much as I can, and then we'll go ahead and paint everything again to come out here and do it again tomorrow, man. Oh, I may turn it on to paint the stripper on, but it'd just be a demonstration. And we're back. I've got all these stripped down from the first coat of a stripper. Second coat ought to clean them up good enough where I can just use the lacquer thinner and a rag on them after I scrape them the second time. Over here, I didn't expect this to do very well because it's on its side and I couldn't get it on very thick without it running off. So after I finished off the top up here, I'll go ahead and do like I was originally planning to, and take the drop cloth and put it down here on the floor and come over then and get this side here come out a little bit better, but there's still quite a bit on over there. Quite a bit of the first coat's on up there. So let's say it's going to take a while. I expected that. Say this, the shine that you see on it is not wetness anymore. That's the old lacquer underneath the first coat. Like over there where you see the light shining off of it, That's what's left of the original lacquer shining off the first coat. Or before the first coat of paint was put on, the original lacquer. I say, of course, it's soon to be wet here in a moment because I'm going to take and paint it all up again. Or I might just save that off and do that painted. I believe I'm going to beg off and just wait until tomorrow afternoon and paint it because I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. I got to run to the county dump and I got to take my old mattress to the dump. The UPS is delivering me a new mattress tomorrow, and that'll be another video in itself because it's one of those mattresses from Amazon that comes in a box, and you open up the box and it's rolled up. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and get this in the can and load it up onto YouTube. Thanks for watching. This is Gary signing off.